Well, hello there. Welcome aboard the lifeboat. Calhoun's Bob Ross Hour. Kevin Hawthorne, Caitlin, hello. Good afternoon. How you guys doing? Good to see you. We are going to deal with the sky, I think, because the blue spot's bugging me. So I think first things first, we're going to try and put down some pink and I'm not entirely sure. We're going to start with pink, though. Christine Isabel, hello. Good afternoon. Welcome aboard. We are painting today. Not a whole lot other than the paint. I think we want to use this bad boy. How is everyone today? How you guys doing? Caitlin says the painting is looking great. I agree. I'm really digging the colors. I really want the sky to be homogeneous again. So we're going to go ahead and do so. We're going to, where'd it go? I think we're going to do cerulean blue 0564, as well as the pink we used was like this fluorescent peach red, I believe, mixed with white. So just going to make sure I'm not remembering that wrong, and then we're going to mix that up. Pretty sure that's what it was, though. I should probably write things down. Put down some of that pink we just mentioned. And I'm going to mix it with this different brand paint, white, because we ran out of the titanium white. And I'm going to do kind of a 50-50 here and see what that turns into. It does look quite pink. It does seem to be the ratio. A little 50-50 pink-white. Mix it up real good so you don't get too many streaks. It's a little watery, but I think that's probably good. And honestly, I'm going to put down just a little bit. We want to blend it in with this blue. You might have wanted to do it all at once, but that's why I brought out the phthalo or the cerulean blue. Now I'm going to rinse my brush off pretty thoroughly. Try and get all that pink out, just to kind of get an idea of what this is going to look like. Dry my brush off, put some more water on, take most of the water off, right? Leave some. We're going to kind of do this number. We'll probably have to come back and put some clouds back together, but that's okay. It'll be better for it after what we had done. Because I don't think that this cloud was looking really sad. And it looks a lot better now, even though it's not really. I'm varying the force I'm putting down as well, which I don't know if that's good for my brush, but I am getting different responses from the paint, which is the idea. All right. Definitely is a little bit more blended. I did realize, and I have been noticing that the pinks don't show up very well on the camera. They kind of look like a very light gray, but it is very, very pink to the naked eye, I have to say. All of this, even the clouds are pretty pink. Even in here is like a darker gray pink. But it doesn't really look like that on the camera, which is interesting. Kristen, Melinda, hello, TKK. Jane Aldrich, the Arabian Bard, good to see you guys. Casey, RSM. Caitlin says, watching you paint has made me itch to dabble. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to start a little project of my own. Well, heck yeah, I'm excited for you. That'll be real cool. You'll have to share. Just sent me titanium white. Well, thank you, RSM. I definitely need quite a bit of it. It seems to be the color we use the most. 100% Roberta. Hello. Good to see you. Welcome in. Can't think of a better name. Good to see you. Hey, folks. Crocheting while I lurk. Fantastic. All right. I think I'm going to do that again. And now I would like to blue or gray first. I think we'll do both, but I think now, honestly, maybe we come back with some yellow instead. It's kind of like, I want it to be like sunsetty, right? I have an idea, actually. Haha, I have a great idea, actually. Okay, I am going to do some yellow. We're going to use this Naples yellow and maybe even darken it a little bit. I'm not sure. Let's start with this and see what happens. See what it looks like down on the palette. And what I want to do is, it's turning into, like, it's the sun is setting, right? So there's kind of blue over here. It's going to turn into yellow, end up really pink in the corner over here, which it kind of already is, right? But this blue here will color in with more yellow and more pink. And then I might add blue here. I just feel like right now is the wrong time to do so, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Maybe we will do the blue first, actually. And for that, we're going to use the Thalo, not the Cerulean. And honestly, I might mix this a little bit with that Naples yellow in the space between here, so you guys can see what that looks like. It's like a little green, right? Probably not exactly what we want, but I mean, maybe it is what we want. I'm just kind of getting some coverage, and I'm going to move it around with water in a sec, because I want it to fade, right? I want it to blend. Might be putting too much down. We're going to put a bunch of tree stuff here, so that's less important. We'll do that for now. Let's even it out. All right. A little bit of water action. I received that, by the way, Christian. I can't remember if I told you or not, but thank you. Thank you very much. Sorry that was such a hassle. We both seem to be on the same page. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so very much. All right. A little bit of water, a little bit of dry. I mean, maybe that's just a good starting color. It doesn't need to smear too much, but I would like that pink to show through. I might have put too much paint down. We're definitely going to come back and doctor up the clouds a bit, although I did a really good job, so I don't want to be too careless here. I think that there's still a lot of paint there. We're just going to redo them. We're going to go for it again. I actually had a different idea for the clouds, so it's okay. It's okay. This is going to be a serious work in progress. That does look a little bit more like what I want. It is a little greener than I want, but it's going to turn to yellow pretty quickly. We'll leave a small amount of blue in the end. Starting to get more certain of myself too, but only a little bit. Only a little bit. This is still very, very new stuff here. Okay, Okay, we're gonna have a little rinsey poo and get some yellow on there. In fact, if it has a little bit of this, if it's a little green, that's okay. Although maybe I should let it make itself green by mixing together. Actually, a little waste of paint, no big deal. Putting some more of the wrong yellow down. I'm gonna put lemon yellow with Naples yellow and see what happens. I guess because I put the lemon down first. Slow down, they tell me sometimes. Catching me in a very energetic mood today. That's not a very frequent occurrence, huh? Been feeling really good last few days. All right, let's put this yellow together. It's a little lighter than I want, but I'm gonna put some down anyway. But not too much. Not too much. We can put much more of it like towards this area, but right here I just kind of want it to blend, you know? Now I'm hoping that this turns out how I'm still having a difficult time visualizing before putting paint down, so some of this will be guess and check, right? A little trial and error. My favorite problem solving method. Guess and check. Not. This formula is not good. Okay. That is a little better. Just a bit, though. Just a bit. It's going to take some, it's going to turn out a lot greener than I want. We'll come back with more blue there and have this poke through, right? And then we'll put some pink down over here. Or wait, maybe we'll do blue and then pink on top of it, right? I guess there's enough blue over here. I don't know. We're going to do something, though, that's for sure. It's very green now. Very, very green. Take some more of this yellow. I might have given us a green sky. I wonder if it's fixable. It probably is if I let it dry, huh? It's okay. It's going to be fantastic. That's very yellow now, though, on the camera. Okay. 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 I put some blue back over here just now. There was still some yellow on my brush, so just kind of evening out the color change, right? Now I want to thin that more. It's too yellow, so we're going to come back with some more water, particularly here in this portion on the left half. I see. There it is. Okay. Just a little more water was the answer to that question. I'm sad I'm covering up my clouds that I went through all this trouble to make. Seems very green. It's okay though. All right. Put some pink down. What the fligador is? It's kind of peachy now. All right, we're going to spread that around. I might need to put more down. I wanted it to be stark. Oh, our little hill has some texture now. Okay. Not terrible. All right, let's put way more paint down. Some like legit pink. I want it pink, you know? Although maybe I should let it dry a little. It is pretty peach right there, I have to say. I am going to let it dry just a bit. It's pretty wet. I might come back with some more of that pink. Obviously, sky work in progress, right? We're going to put those clouds back. Maybe slightly different now that we have hit that rewind button. We can do some of the things we were thinking about doing. All right. Actually not be done with the sky yet. Okay. So we have green. That's not really blue, right? Yellow and pink. I'm gonna come back with some blue after it dries up a bit, like thickly. And then we'll have three pretty distinct colors, right? And then I'll come with some water and blend them. And I think that'll work a little better. I think that'll work a whole lot better. And we can be heavier with the water in areas that we want what's underneath to show through, right? So we have, like, this will be our background basically, right? Am I thinking about this properly? Maybe blue should have been the background. I guess it already was. So yeah, maybe I do that now. Now that I have the three distinct colors, maybe I'll come back with some water a little bit heavy-handedly to smear it in certain spots. And I'm not going to pick the spots. I'm just going to kind of roll through, not getting full coverage, right? So that it's random and looks organic. Although it is just kind of mixing it together now. Maybe I should wait on that. This is what I'm looking for though. I guess it's hard to see from there, huh? Maybe if I come through with a super duper dry brush. Now. Oh no, my camel hair is coming off. It's a part of the painting now. Okay, that is much more satisfying to my eyes. The quality on the camera might not show the difference. I wonder if it does. Sage Pup, hello, hello. Right? A freak sandstorm all of a sudden on this wonderful grassy knoll. Rip Curl Readiness, what's going on? Good to see you. All right. I'm going to take a second to evaluate here. Yeah. Yeah, see? Hey, Gamer Jackie, good to see you. I guess most likely need to finish the sky before I put the top of the tree on because it's in the foreground. So I also have been thinking these lily pads are so small you really can't tell what they are. So I'm going to make bigger lily pads. Maybe we'll work on the water a little bit, huh? And honestly, probably use the same brush. I'm going to use emerald green for this. I might doctor it up a little bit. That came out two different directions. Luckily, they both landed in the spot. Oh, hello there. We're trying some new things with the setup today to get optimal lighting and whatnot. Just kind of doing a little twist. Come back and fill them in real nice, if I can. Interesting. Keep making this one worse, whatever. Those are big enough to put a tiny frog on, possibly. I'm gonna look at some actual pictures of lily pads and see if there might be some more details or something that could make it very, like exactly what it is. I think I might come back with some water on the water, to try and bring through because I think it's blue under there, right? Try and bring some of that blue out in specific manner. I would like to make it look like it's rippling or like it's not a still pond, right? Because you can't really tell. It kind of looks alien. You can't really tell that it's water, other than the fact that I keep saying that it is, right? But maybe it's just reflecting a giant Sharingan. I don't know. But it's definitely water, that's for sure. This feels very green. I'm going to get clean water. It is dry. It's not going to come up like that. Okay. I accept. I like it. I like it. I just might have to come back with some gray or something, or like just a slightly, ooh, oh no, slightly darker version of, wow. You see that? I took that right off. Forgot what I was talking about because that was so cool. Thought we were SCREWED. You know, I thought we were screwed. But no, it seems fine. In fact, it even looks a little more ripply now. I might just have to come back with a slightly darker version of that red to make it look ripply, which we can totally do. Maybe I'll even look up some tips. Kellyanne, good to see you. Hello, hello. Okay, more pink. Back to the sky. It's too much. It's painted on there now so roughly that it wants to separate itself before coming off. Ooh, I got one. There's still another one. I think I'm going to get it. It's really bugging me. The hairs of my brush have come off and are now stuck to the painting. I'm going to have to leave it. I don't want to damage it. That sucks. Okay. Okay. Happy little accidents. Okay, so my idea for the clouds, guys. Although they're going to be really friggin' white, it's not going to... Well, maybe we'll put a tiny bit of yellow on our white or something. Let's try it. Let's try it. We just put it in a yellow thing. Let's see what happens. Put a little pink in there too, maybe? I don't know. Let's see. So much white that I just put down. Unnecessary. Okay, it's a little bit yellow. It's a little bit pink. Oh, okay. This is going to blend in better, I think. Kind of a cream. but with everything around it, it'll look really good. So my idea, I don't know if this is the right brush for it, but we'll try. We'll try. I really wanted to put a ton down is how I was picturing it. This is probably like pretty similar to what I did last time, but I have an idea for what to do when we come back. We'll come back with either darker or lighter version of the same thing and kind of give little detail like how we attempted to the first time, but it didn't turn out very good. Oh, and the perspective thing. These clouds are going to be way better, folks. What's going on, Dale? Good to see you. Carla Norris. Hello, hello. Spanx Casco. Is that like spicy Spanx, like Tabasco? Van Spanx. Oh no, that was probably a famous painter, huh? This painting changes moods week to week. I love the pink cast to the sky. It is changing flavors, isn't it? I wonder if it's in relation to my mood. Probably. I would have to say. Jeremy Fowler, what's going on? Good buddy. Good to see you. Mother Bird, hello, hello, Borton Fissel. You know, Spanx, you have a very calming presence. Picasso. Oh, yes, Spanx Picasso. That makes sense. I don't know why I didn't get that. You know, I've heard this before. I think that it has a lot to do with like self-defense. I think that I've become so calm because I get worked up so easily and that it never works out for me. Spanx Picasso. Technical difficulties frontman. That's me. That is my go-to excuse for sure. For certain. It's going to be like, I think the tree is going to go like, it's going to be like wider up top. Maybe not, but I feel like this entire space here could really be filled with it. And I mean, it could totally be a focal point, the focal point. I mean, it's the only tree in the painting, so I think that it deserves a bunch of space. So I think we'll do something to that effect, like make it huge up here. I mean, maybe my height is too much, right? But I mean, I think at least into this cloud, right? We're going to be in this zone at the very least, right? Which I want. So I'll let that dry. I'm going to come back with, like I said, like a gray or a yellow or like a just a slightly, like maybe a pure bright white, something to contrast. And we'll, how I was doing those swirls, we'll come back and just kind of contour them. Like, I don't know, like just put a little shading on it. Hopefully I can wrap my brain around the proper direction that all has to go and stuff. Beefer up, yeah. Yeah, the top of the tree is totally shrouded in a mist. It's so tall, we can't see the top of it. We've made a lot of changes in a short amount of time today, guys. Okay, I'm gonna put more white down on this last little cloud I made. It's looking sad. It's looking like a sad little cloud. Someone said, "I love your fearlessness." I think it was Carla. I encourage you all to get a little outside of your comfort zone and go try something new. It's wonderful. It's wonderful out here outside the comfort zone, I have to say. The weather's warm. The weather's nice. Not a bad start to some cloud. That one looks a little more irregular now. These clouds are gonna slap so hard. I'm so excited. But seriously, you should have the white paint Monday, says Robin. Well, fantastic. Fantastic. This stuff is like a different consistency. I'm not complaining. It seems to serve its purpose, right? The stuff that I got for myself. I ran out of the titanium, right? Because we used it so much, but this other stuff seems to be doing it. So it's a nice holdover. I'm glad I got some of these big ones to hold me over, when I run out of stuff. Because I bet you the good ones probably more often than not come small. I bet. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. I'm just learning these things. Just learning these things. Okay, those cream clouds are good. The sky is good. Top of the tree is pending. And then this area here is going to feel empty. So I wonder. We still might put something here or here, here. I'm not certain yet. But oh no, there's green on my Sharon gun. I'm gonna come back and touch up the lake, the pond. Stuff dries pretty quick. We could just hang out if I need to wait. The Cloud Saga Part 2, for real though. I don't know how many parts there's going to be, but they're a little difficult. I seem to be having an easy time of it. The hardest part about this, man, is deciding what to do. I get stuck in that portion a lot. This paint water kind of looks like horchata. It's not. It's a little too green for that. What did I say? I can't believe that I got green right there. It's gonna kill me. Putting down some black. And I'm gonna use the same brush, just the tip. I have damaged this brush. Which is fine. It's gonna happen. Which is fine. It's gonna happen. Look at that split down the middle. Not a fan. Looks like a cloven hoof. Thanks for joining me today, guys. I really do enjoy doing this, I have to say. And I'm glad I'm not the only one. Well, since we're coming back with black, I'm going to darken this one too now. Although I really need to pay attention or I'm going to screw it up. Just gets bigger with every pass. Ah! Ha-ha! Victory. It looks so not round anymore. I guess it's going to be huge. That's okay, though. That was on the briefcase, but it was throwing me off. All right. I think trying to make the line darker with this will be a mistake, so I'm going to pull out a different brush. The Cloud Saga as a book title, it sounds pretty official. I was wondering for a second. I second guessed myself. I was like, wait, is this an actual thing? It's got a ring to it. All right. Is this a never before used brush? I think it is. I should probably get the water off, make it stark. Varying pressure made those lines different sizes, or that line a different size as it moved. Now it's a huge fat line. I love it. I love it. This is the kind of issues I would run into when I was a kid trying to do this stuff. Right this second, it's because I'm rushing. So maybe we're going to come back with some red, or maybe I'll come back right now with some water and kind of pull that off. Use a different brush for that. I'm amazed that works. The water melts it right away up to a point. Got to be swift, I think. It's a lot better. That was part of the original line. I can live with that, I think. TBH, TBQH, to be quite honest. I think I can live with that. It is looking a lot better today. Maybe we can do some more with the sky right now. Still slightly unsatisfied with it. It's not doing what I want it to do. Maybe I just shouldn't rush it. I want it to be, you know? I mean, it is. It exists. I just don't like it like that. I want this transition in the corner is too sharp. The rest of it I feel like is fine. Initially, I was thinking the yellow is too yellow right here, but maybe there's just not enough blue. So let's grab that phthalo and hopefully not grab any green with it. Would you look at that? Would you just look at it? Robin Miner says I should be cleaning my office, and instead, I'm stress baking. However, this is really helping the stress go down. Well, I hope that it continues to go down. I hate being stressed. I tell you what, I hope you find some serenity today, Robin. You deserve it. Well, guys, I tell you what, I want to I want to paint a ton more, but I have a feeling that we're over the hump of being productive. What is that? Is that water drying funky? I feel like if I keep going, I'm gonna make mistakes rather than, or I'm gonna have happy accidents rather than successes, which is fine. But I do like to stay in the money zone. I think the money zone is like the first 60 minutes. I need to like at least step away, right? To like recoup my creative power. Sometimes it comes back, but I feel like binging, what I mean by binging is just like going in and just doing it for hours and hours and hours. With something like this, for me, I don't think that works. Um, Even with like guitar and stuff, like I'm the most effective and I'm having the most fun for like the first hour. So it's probably a good thing to listen to that part of me, even though I want to just paint and paint and paint. One day, maybe we'll get there when when I have a better understanding and I'm not just winging it, because that's what we're doing. I'm just winging it, just coming in here and doing what feels right, which seems to be working. But if we're going to do that method, we have to obey the gut feeling. And the gut feeling says that we've done enough. Faking it till you make it. 101, baby. Let's go. Although I don't really like that saying. I'm not much of a faker, you know? Stress baking wouldn't work for me, says Jeremy. I would make thousands of cookies, then actually eat them. Me too, dude. 100%. This is one of the skills that I do not possess. Baking. It's not my forte. So luckily, you know, luckily I don't end up doing that, because that sounds. I feel like I want to learn to bake just so I can do that. Although cookies aren't so difficult, are they? Faith it. I do love that, Kellyanne. I wish I wasn't afraid to pronounce your last name because it's so cool. I do cook, Caitlin. I am a big fan of food. Um, that was the wrong way to go about that, but yeah, no, I do enjoy cooking. Haven't been cooking anything wonderful lately. One of my favorite things to cook is chicken parmesan. Um, I have a couple recipes under my belt, and as you can tell, I'm not afraid to try new things. So um, sometimes I'll bust out like a recipe book or something and try something new. I feel like Grandpa got me a recipe book for, and I don't. I wonder if it's up in my cupboard where my non-shelved books are. None of my books are shelved, but they should all be. Just make chocolate chip pecan shortbread. Oh my! It's only chocolate chip pecan shortbread. Only some absolutely delicious sounding shortbread. Some absolute fire. If you guys have any favorite recipes, please send them my way. I will make them, take photos, tell you all about my experience. Um, it'll be wonderful, and I'll gain wonderful recipes out of the equation. I think I'm much happier with the sky, guys. Today, it looks a lot more like what I dreamed. Um, I'll put some gray on the clouds tomorrow. What's today? Sunday. We will be painting tomorrow. Monday, 2 p.m. Mountain Time, 4 p.m. Eastern. I love curry, Caitlin. I absolutely love curry. I'm also like I'm super into vegan recipes because then I can cook for Takara as well. I'm not a vegan, so like that's not really my thing, right? But I also love vegan food. So if anyone does have some sweet vegan recipes, hook it up, so I can treat Takara to a sweet meal. She's always cooking for me and treating me real nice, you know. So if I can cook things that she loves, I think that would be cool. What do I want? Food recipes or baking recipes? Surprise me. Surprise me if that's not too much trouble. I don't know if I can choose. I mean, I can. I just don't want to. Let's be honest. Maybe when you've reached your painting limit, play your guitar to let your creation dry. That is not a bad idea. That is a great idea. Banana bread. It's so hard to eat all the bananas before they turn brown, and that's what you do with brown bananas is you make banana bread, right? Because it's so fabulous, and then the bananas don't go to waste. I have some news. I haven't showed you guys because it's so big, but I have like a little scooter. It's like a moped. And I started looking into it's been leaking oil. And I guess sometimes when you start it, it just kind of takes off and puts itself in gear. So I assume there's some clutch issues as well as it's leaking oil. So probably some form of gasket issue or like the screws aren't torqued properly, something of that nature. So I started looking into motorcycle engines and what to do with all of that. And where was I going with that? I'm going to get it fixed up so I'm mobile. I'm pretty excited. Um, I think that my first order of business, I was going to just kind of tighten the screws up because the crankcase seemed a little loose. I don't know. You guys probably don't know this about me, but I'm a little bit of what do they call that? A mechanic. I'm a little bit of a mechanic. I like to tinker and build stuff and fix things. And I've taken the engine apart on my Pontiac, my 2009 Pontiac G5 back in the day. I took it all the way apart, like literally all apart, and put it back together. I will say I couldn't get the timing right, so I had to sell it for way under its value. But it ran right, so like there's something I did something there. But that being said, after that experience, I was kind of nervous to do something so involved as taking an engine apart, right? But this is a one cylinder, it's a much simpler engine, right? And I probably don't have to take it all apart. I just can start, figuring, little parts of it out. I already know I know how combustion engines work, right? So it shouldn't be too hard of a task. I've ordered a torque wrench, a cheap, like basically one project torque wrench, right? Because I don't think I'm going to be torquing a whole bunch of stuff. I don't need to be breaking the bank on a wrench, but I bought a cheapie, and and I'm not really sure where to start. There's so much going on with it. If it puts itself into gear and takes off, that means I don't really want to start it to like troubleshoot it because I might just damage it. I might hurt myself, right? That's not. I haven't ridden bikes, right? Or I shouldn't say that. I haven't ridden motorcycles and mopeds. That's not like a skill that I have dialed in, right? So I don't really feel comfortable troubleshooting it that way if it's going to take off on me. One of the things I can do is take it into like a scooter repair shop. They're closed every Sunday, and I always have the thought to call them on Sunday. So I'll have to remember to call them tomorrow. Maybe they can just fix it for me for cheap, right? And then I don't have to do any of this stuff. But um, I know what the issue is, right? So if I can identify and trace it back to what's causing it, right? I don't know a whole lot about clutches. I know that when you release it, right, there's pressure plates that kind of come apart so that the momentum isn't lost, right? So one thing keeps spinning and the other thing is allowed to stop so you can shift gears, right? That's how it works. So it's like they're like circles that have friction pads on them. There's a bunch of them, and when you use the clutch, it pulls them apart so that because they're spinning when they're pulled apart, right? So one of them will come off and it'll kind of slow down and stop, and the other one will keep going. Anyways, that being said, um, that's the extent of what I know about clutches. So I'm a little intimidated about pulling that part apart. But with engines, you just kind of one thing at a time. The first thing I'm going to do is see if it will hold oil, right? If it won't hold oil, I need to check the gaskets or the screws, right? So I'll tighten them up, put some oil in there, go from there. I'll let you guys know how it goes, but I'm having a little side project. I've got tools and engine pieces and scooter stuff going on in the other room. There's got to be YouTube videos on clutch issues, 100%. And 100% of the stuff that I've learned about engines is either from YouTube or my mechanic buddies. So best believe I'm utilizing those resources, I promise. Calhoun learning to fix engines? It totally could be. In fact, I was thinking about breaking the GoPro out just for that. I have two cameras, right? One for the painting and one for my face. I could adjust this setup and use that camera for that, but I have a GoPro, so maybe I can just mount it to my forehead and then like dub music over it or something. I don't know. It's a good thought though. I want to talk to my dad about the Calhoun's Corner thing before I really start going in on it. So that will be coming soon. I think that's what I'm going to name it. I don't know what else to name it. Someone came up with that as a name, and I think it's a great name. It might have been Kristen. I'm not sure. But yeah, so that's what's going on with me today, guys. Little engine trouble, little Calhoun's Corner, a little painting. Yeah, hit that like, subscribe, and the bell for notifications if you like what we do here. I'm pretty sure every single one of you is on that boat already, but I love you guys. Thanks for being here. I'm going to run. And when I say run, I'm probably just going to stare at the wall for a little bit and let my brain rest. But hope you guys have a wonderful day. This has been Captain Calhoun on the lifeboat. Be good to yourself.